Welcome back, students. I'm going to go over unit lesson 2, which is the informative speech assignment, specifically that assignment. So let me go ahead and click on modules. Let me go down here to the informative speech. Well, let me go back. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Let's go to the welcome. Welcome to unit lesson 2, public speaking. These are the chapters related to unit lesson 2, which is chapters 13 through 16. You have your checklist there and you have your to-do list. So the major assignment in this unit is your informative speech. You have other assignments, but what I'm going to go over is your informative speech assignment. Please make sure that you read the online speech delivery do's and don'ts, and I have this document all throughout all of the modules where you're going to give your major speeches. So it's important that you read that online speech delivery do's and don'ts. Also, please make sure that you watch this video for guidelines for proper setup of your speeches in this course. So you want to make sure you view this video because it will give you guidelines on how your setup should look like so that I can visibly see you, the speaker, that you're maintaining eye contact, and that I'm also able to see your PowerPoint. So please make sure that you take the time to view the video. Let's go ahead and click on next. These are your notes for unit lesson 2, chapters 13 through 16, your PowerPoint. Don't forget that you have access to your ebook right here by clicking on course material. I also have, these are the resources. Take time to review. I do provide an example, a student example of an outline, of an informative speech outline that you can open up this document as you're working on yours. And then I also provide an informative speech student PowerPoint example. This is just to help you see what your work should look like. So that's why I have these resources there. And then again, I have the online speech delivery do's and don'ts. I also have a video on how to upload your speech on YouTube. So whatever recording device you use, whether it's a webcam or a phone, you would upload that video to YouTube, and this video right here shows you the process on how to do that. I also have another video that shows you once you upload your speech on YouTube, then you will copy and paste the URL to the assignment link, and I do have a video for that. Again, these are helpful videos, resources, so that you can do well in this assignment. This is a great video on informative versus persuasive, the differences. Dr. Lyon does a wonderful job in explaining. That's why it's so important for you to make sure that you read the chapters in this assignment, in this unit, so that you know what is an informative speech. Let's go on to the next screen. You have your discussion board. You have your quiz, and again, chapters 13 through 16. Now we're in the informative speech assignment. So I'm going to go over this information. So welcome to the informative speech assignment. This is so exciting for me because this is your first major presentation, and I'll be able to see you online and get to know you a little bit more. I hope that you would read chapters 13 through 16. So before you begin your speech, start brainstorming some topics that you would like to present about, and narrow that topic. So the ebook provides some topics that you can choose from. The topic should be of worth, and you will be asked to support your speech with at least 3 qualified sources. Sources may be drawn from the internet, library, and interviews. No Wikipedia here, so it must be reputable, credible sources. Now, before you begin your speech, this is the process, this is the procedure. Construct an outline of your speech. Use the informative speech outline template located in the outline assignment. And I'm going to go over that after I do this. Note that an outline is not a manuscript of the speech itself, but a skeleton of the ideas and materials that will be presented. Refer back to the example outline in the outline assignment. As I stated earlier in the resources, I do have a student example outline, an informative speech, so that when you're working on yours, you have that one open so that you can follow it exactly. I do have it also in the outline assignment link. Note that the final draft of your outline must include a typed works cited section with all sources cited correctly in APA format. I provide an APA site generator here, which is free. You just have to plug in if you use the book, an ebook, notes. It gives you the information on how to cite your sources in APA format. You must use at least 3 sources. You could use more than that, but you are required to use at least 3. When you use other people's work, you're required to give them credit. I will not accept an outline with no work cited. Do not put off your outline until the last minute. Remember, this should be done early before you start practicing your speech. With the outline complete, transfer key ideas and phrases to note cards. You will be allowed 1 note card for each main point, plus 2 additional cards to be used for the introduction and conclusion. In other words, for a 3 main point speech, you may use 5 cards. So for this speech, you are required to have 3 main points. 3 main points. And I will go over the outline after this, and it'll become more, you'll be able to understand this more. For this speech, you must include a PowerPoint presentation with at least 5 to 7 slides, and you also cite your sources on the PowerPoint. So with these steps complete, you should set aside time to actively practice your speech. You should practice your speech at least 5 to 7 times using your note card sparingly, gestures and movements. I recommend to practice 20 to 30 minutes for each practice session. Practice the speech until you feel fully confident of your presentation. Please do not read your speech. You are to deliver all your speeches extemporaneously. It should be conversational. The note cards are to be used sparingly. Eye contact is crucial. Dress attire should be business casual, as this will help provide a more positive learning experience. And it is best to stand as you present your speech, if you're able to, but please stand. Remember to begin with an attention getter. All these terms that I'm going over, if you have read chapters 13 through 16, you will understand what I'm referring to. The attention getter. Just remember, we never want to begin a speech with, "Hello, my name is," and I'm going to talk about this. No, we want an attention getter. Grab the attention of the audience way in the beginning. So in the ebook, I think it's on page 337, it provides how you can start with a fact, a question, a personal story. So there's other ways you could start a speech. So you want to grab the audience attention. Then you want to connect with your audience. Why should they be listening to you? How does this topic that you're presenting, this message that you're presenting to your audience, why should they care? How is this important to them? And then after that, tell the audience a preview of your 3 main points. So the 3 main points, after the connection to audience, you provide a preview of your 3 main points all at once. And then you will use transitional words to move from one main point to the next. This will help your speech flow smoothly and will keep you on track. Throughout your speech presentation, make sure to mention the research you use. This will convey credibility. For example, you can say, according to the American Heart Association, cardiovascular disease, and then so at least you're quoting some. It will provide credibility to your speech. So it's important that you say where you found the research. Do not be general, because I've had students in the past say, in a study. Well, what study? Give the specific study. So these are the criteria that I will be looking at for your grade. Do not read your speech. All students are expected to incorporate an extemporaneous type of delivery. Any speech that is read in its entirety will receive no higher than a 70%, and that's if you have all the other elements correct. Please note that this is an informative speech. If at any time you feel you're attempting to reinforce or change audience attitude, or that you're advocating a specific action, you're probably falling into the realm of persuasion. Consider using this topic for your persuasive speech, because persuasive presentations will receive a letter grade deduction for this speech. Again, I have this document, Online Speech Delivery Do's and Don'ts Everywhere, just to keep you on track. If you want some more information, I've also have this video giving you about informative speaking. And then this is the video submitting your speeches on Canvas. So once you have uploaded your video to YouTube, then you will copy and paste the URL on the assignment link. And this is another video citing sources. And this is the rubric. So at least you'll know what I'm going to be looking at. And this is also here too, the criteria. It's both the same. So let's go on to the next. So now we're in the informative speech outline. So this is where you will see the outline template that I provided for you. Please do not use any other template. I will not accept any other template. It has to be this one. If you do not have Word, the Word program, Microsoft Word, if you click on the left where it says Office 365, you could download the program. So you could have access to Word. This is the informative speech outline student example. I'm going to go ahead and click on the student outline example. So this is a student. I just deleted their name, removed their name, and this was their topic. They typed in their information, the topic. General purpose for informative speech is to inform, and specific purpose, again, once you read the chapters, you will be familiar with these terms. In the specific purpose, what is your purpose for your audience? So usually, you can begin the specific purpose by typing in, after listening to my speech, my audience will have a better understanding of the elephant population and the challenges that they face every day. The organizational pattern the student uses is topical pattern. There's different patterns to use. There's chronological, there's spatial, there's topical. A lot of informative speech is topical. If you are giving a speech on an autobiography on someone, then you probably will use a combination, chronological and topical. So make sure that you understand what pattern you're using. Attention getter, the student started out with a question, and connection to audience. This is where, why should the audience be listening to this? Why should they care? How is it related to them? The thesis statement is so important because this is where you're going to include the three main points. That is the central message of your speech, the thesis statement. So you would include the three main points in your thesis statement, and then you would use transitional words. And in those chapters, it talks about transitional words. They're very helpful because it allows the audience, you don't want to lose your audience. It keeps you on track, and it allows the speech to flow smoothly. So make sure you use those transitional words. As I stated, the outline should have 3 main points: main point 1, main point 2, and main point 3. And for each main point, you are required to have at least 2 subpoints. Now, this student needed a 3rd subpoint. You don't have to, but if you do need another one, you can. But each main point is required. You must have at least 2 subpoints. Okay, this is what it should look like. It should be a full sentence outline. It's not a, you cannot just give me one sentence in the subpoint. It needs to be a full sentence detailed outline. This is what your outline should look like. And then you have the conclusion. Again, you don't want, just like the attention getter, you want to grab the audience attention from the very beginning. What you want to do at the end, you want to end strong. Usually, the audience will remember what the speaker said in the beginning and what they said at the end. So make sure you have a memorable conclusion. And then this is your works cited. The student used more than 3, and you're allowed to use more than 3 sources, but at least 3 sources, and APA format. So let me go back to here and let me open up the template. So this is what the template looks like. It's a Word document. So when you upload it, when you download it, it opens up. You download it, you will click here and download so that you can click on enable editing and it will allow you to write. So when you download it, which I did right now, downloading it, and when you download it, then you read the instructions, and what you will do, you will remove my instructions, you would delete them, and I just want your information. Okay? It's important for you to go back and have the student example outline that I have provided. You have that document open alongside with yours so that you can follow what that looks like. So these are just my instructions there. Please delete it and just have your information. And I'm letting you know in the instructions what should be included here. Again, look at the student example outline. Let me go back. Hopefully, oh, no, sorry about that. Yeah. So there you go. Remember, delete my instructions and have your information only, just like the student example outline that I showed you. Let me go back and close this. So what you're going to do is, I'm in instructor mode view. In student view, remember I said that the colors change and you'll have start assignment and you will upload your informative speech outline here. Okay, and then I also have a rubric. The outline is worth 50 points, and this is what I'm looking at. So make sure that you follow the criteria. Next. Okay, now we're in informative speech PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and click on this student example that I provided. This student did an excellent job in creating their PowerPoint. Make sure that your PowerPoint is related to your topic. I chose this one because the student did an excellent job with the images, the text size, the font they used, the background color. You can see everything here. There's not too much text. Text is not cluttered. The images and text complement each other, and the student maintained the 5 to 7 slides. So make sure you don't go beyond that, between 5 to 7 slides, PowerPoint slides. So as you can see, they use bullet points or arrows make it easy for the audience to view, easy for the audience to follow along with the concepts that the speaker is talking about. And so as you're creating your PowerPoint, make sure you have this example one open and follow that format. And at the end, they cited their sources, so make sure you cite your sources here and also in on your outline. Let me go ahead and close that. I also have a rubric. What I'm looking at, the PowerPoint is worth 25 points, and this is the rubric. Be sure to read the rubric and make sure that you have the student example open as you're working on yours, and you will submit the assignment, your PowerPoint, on this assignment link. I know we're in instructor mode view, so with student view, you'll see start assignment and you will upload your PowerPoint to the assignment link. All right, well, I'm looking forward to your presentation. Thank you.